Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday morning to you guys. Hey, listen, I hope you are uh, working out that last day at the job. Hope you're working out that last day at the job, getting ready to to have an amazing weekend. Hopefully that is you. Hopefully that is you. Hey, listen, talk to me. Talk to me. Where are you at? Those of you, good morning. Good morning, Siobhan. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Yeah, so great to see you on this morning. Hey, tell somebody we are in the chat today. Tell somebody we're in the chat today. We are in online. Share this live with somebody. I pray, I promise you, and I pray that it'll bless somebody's life. I pray that it will bless someone's life. Yeah. Good morning to Noah. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, good morning, Johanna. Thank y'all for jumping in here. Hey, say good morning as you're coming in. Say good morning as you're coming in. I've been waiting on you guys to get here. I've got a word I want to share with you on today. I got a word I want to share with you on today. So listen, as you're coming in, say good morning. It is great to see each and every one of you. Good morning, Rosalind. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, as you're jumping in here. So grateful to have all of you today. Share this live. So many people are going to need this. And I promise it's going to bless you. It's going to bless your life. It's going to bless your life. All right. Hey, let's get going today. I want to look at Daniel chapter 10, the book of Daniel chapter 10. Verse 10 through 14, the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 10 through 14. Hopefully, this is not shaking too bad. Let me see if I can fix this today. The book of Daniel, chapter 10, Daniel's Gospel, or Daniel's Gospel. Daniel, the book of Daniel, the book of Daniel, the book of Daniel. Let's see if we can fix that right there. Give me a second. All right, I think we're good. The book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 10 to 14 says, the angel revives Daniel, tells him he had come to give Daniel a message from God in answer to Daniel's prayer. A demon had prevented the angel for 3 weeks from reaching Daniel. And the angel's message is about Israel and the future. What an amazing story the book of Daniel is. But I want to title this the 24-hour rule. You're going to understand the 24-hour rule. Put that up, the 24-hour rule. That's what I want to talk about, the 24-hour rule. Emmitt Smith, the famous running back for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan by no stretch of the imagination. But the famous Dallas Cowboys running back Emmitt Smith holds the record for all-time rushing yards, 18,355 yards. 18,355 yards. That adds up to 10.4 miles. With there are defensive tackles hitting him at every 4.2 yards. The question you may ask is, how did Emmitt Smith do it? Emmitt Smith, how did he do it? How did he do it? How did he run all of those and getting hit? How did he do that? One game at a time, one play at a time, 1 yard at a time. He was asked during a panel session. He shared one secret to success: win or lose, he would give himself a 24-hour window to celebrate or think about the loss. He would give himself a 24-hour window to celebrate or think about the loss. He said, if you play the game to win one Super Bowl or two Super Bowls and then be satisfied, you are playing for the wrong reasons. No matter how much you win, you want to win one more. What if we applied the 24-hour rule to every area of our life? But the 24-hour rule is the centerpiece of the most famous prayer. We're talking about Daniel praying, and I'm going to get back to Daniel. But the 24-hour rule is the centerpiece for the most famous prayer known of all time, and that's in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Matthew 6 and verse 9 says, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. I want to stop right there. What if it said, give us this week our weekly bread? No, because what if you weren't a good steward? If God only gave you weekly bread, and you want a good steward and you misappropriated the weekly portion, and now you're in a deficit. What if it said, give us our yearly bread? No, that wouldn't work either. See, if he gave us our yearly bread, that would mean we wouldn't have to depend on God every day. But that is the point of prayer. God is a genius. The Lord's Prayer is three-dimensional that helps us get through past mistakes, navigate present circumstances, and negotiate future challenges. Jesus prayed past tense. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. If you're going to have a prayer life, you have to deny something and decide some things. Let me say this again. If you're going to have a prayer life, you're going to have to deny some things and decide some things. One more time. If you're going to have a prayer life, you're going to have to deny some things and decide some things. Prayer must be a priority. I'll say this again. Prayer must be a priority. Prayer can be a challenge to people in the church that have been time. There's been times in my life prayer has been easy, and there's been other times in my life that prayer has been a challenge. Is there anybody that will agree with me that there's been times in your life that prayer was easy, but other times in your life prayer was a challenge? Why? Because you can find yourself so distracted. You can find yourself so distracted and overcome by the things of this world. If you're going to pray, you have to decide to pray. You have to decide to pray. Make decisions on what you are going to prioritize. And then you have to deny some things. All right. So you got to decide some things and you have to deny some things. Am I helping anybody today? You got to decide some things and you have to deny some things, because there are some people that will impede on your prayer time, circumstances that will impede on your prayer time. You understand that when you stand on this planet and open your mouth and pray to God in heaven, things in your life begin to shift. All right. Is there anybody that needs something in your life to shift? Things are getting ready to shift in your life. Come on, somebody put that up. Things are about to shift in your life. Yeah, things are, when you start praying, things shift, things align, and bring things into the reality of this world, or bring it into a clearer focus. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. There are some things that are getting ready to come into focus for you. Come on. I wish there was somebody that caught this revelation. There's some stuff that's getting ready to come into focus for you because you have been praying. And that heaven has been looking for someone on earth to get into agreement with. I need y'all to catch that. Heaven has been looking for somebody on earth to get into agreement with. Daniel chapter 10, verse 10 through 12 to 14. Daniel chapter 10, verse 12 to 14. It says, when Daniel began to pray, please don't miss this. It's going to be an amazing revelation. When Daniel began to pray on the side of the river, he asked God about the revelation of the end of days. All right. The Bible says, and God heard him. How do you know? I'll tell you in a minute. God said to Daniel, who was praying for the revelation of heaven, and the Bible says he prays for 21 days and nothing happens. He's praying for 21 days for God to give him a revelation of heaven, and nothing happens. Not a peep out of heaven. Not so much as a note. Nothing from heaven, right? And on the 21st day, an angel comes. Gabriel shows up on the 21st day, and he says, before I tell you, watch this, before I tell you what the revelation is, I didn't just show up. I came to give you the answer. Before I tell you what the revelation is, I want you to know that you've been stressed out. You've been waiting on the answer. You've been frustrated. I need you to know that God heard you on day one. Come on. Please catch that. God heard you, Daniel, praying on day one. The first day you prayed. Isn't it great to know that even when nothing is happening on earth, even when nothing is happening on earth, heaven heard you? I need somebody to get excited and type, heaven heard me. Come on. I need you to type, heaven heard me. Heaven heard me. Heaven heard me. Oh, y'all didn't think heaven was paying attention. Y'all thought God was ignoring you. You thought God was just turning down your prayer volume. But heaven heard you. When you make up in your mind to get into alignment with the things of God, heaven heard you. There are all kinds of people praying about all different stuff. Some praying to get out of jail. Some praying because they want to go back and do the same thing. Some people are praying for one thing. They're praying for another. But when you get into alignment with the will of God, heaven heard you, and heaven is getting ready to respond. Here's a secret. Here's a secret I'll give you. If what you're praying for is going to make God look good, heaven is getting ready to respond. Okay. Yeah. Come on. If what I wish I had time to prove that. I wish I had time to work in the scriptures and give you that part. So heaven heard you, even when it doesn't look like something is moving and shifting, and there is no immediate response. I just want to tell you that you moved heaven when you prayed. You moved heaven when you prayed. One of the enemy's greatest weapons, please lean in. One of the enemy's greatest weapons against a believer with a prayer life is to convince you that the time you invested in prayer was a waste of time. Let me say this again. One of the greatest enemy weapons that the enemy uses is to try to convince you that the time you invested in prayer was a waste of time. The only reason you think it is a waste of time is because it has to happen then. You think it has to happen in your now. That's why. And when it don't happen in your now, when it don't happen in your timetable, you think it is a waste of time. But I came to announce to many of you, even when you are praying and nothing is happening, something, child of God, is happening. Y'all got to catch that. Even when you think nothing is happening, I came to announce to you, child of God, something is happening. Yeah. There has been times I personally went to God in prayer and came out of prayer in moments, and God turned a situation just like that. He did it just like that. But there have been other times, come on, talk back to me. There have been other times I prayed for weeks and months and nothing has happened. Yeah, and the devil sits on your shoulder and says, that was a waste of time. Yeah, you don't have faith. Let me tell you that the next time you hear the enemy tell you that, I need you to tell that lying devil, I refuse to stay in my valley and find stay in my valley. I'm gonna find help in the time of need. I'm going to find help in the time of need. We must pray. Come on, y'all. We must pray. Yeah, come on. Prayer is a conversation I'm having with heaven. Prayer is a dialogue that I'm having with heaven. It's not just me talking, but heaven talking back to me. Daniel said to the angel when he said, God heard you the first time when you prayed, he said the answer, but it has been tangled up in the spirit. Come on, it's been tangled up in the spirit. A demonic spirit called the Prince of Persia, which is a territorial spirit. I don't got time to deal with that. Intercepted the answer on its way back to earth. Why did a territorial spirit intercept a prayer, a mere prayer? Why did the answer finally, why did he do it? Why did the answer finally get there? Well, I'll tell you, the answer finally gets to Daniel because of your words. The reason your answer is coming is because you refused to stop believing. Type in the chat, I refuse to stop believing. I refuse. Come on, type in the chat, be a good class. I refuse to stop believing. Come on. I refuse to stop believing. I refuse to stop believing. Some of us will say, well, if I ask once and it doesn't happen, then it's not mine. That's a lie. That's a lie. If you prayed once and it didn't happen, that it doesn't mean it's not yours. No. If God made you a promise and you start believing it, that it belongs to you, and you pray and don't get it, it doesn't mean it's not yours. No, it means the enemy doesn't want you to have it. Did y'all hear me? If you're praying one time and it ain't happening, doesn't mean that God don't want you to have it. It just means the enemy don't want you to have it. So he'll try to convince you that the in-between moment, God has forsaken you. Oh, child of God, I came to tell you God has not forsaken you. Who cares what the enemy wants? If he don't want you to have it, who cares what he wants? Come on, somebody said, who cares what the enemy wants? Yeah, who cares what the enemy wants? Because Jesus died to give it to me. Yeah, and I'm going to walk in my sonship. Ooh, Jesus died to give it to me, and I'm going to walk in my sonship. No, I don't deserve it, but I am grateful he answers. Is there anybody on this live that's grateful that God still answers? I'm grateful. I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful. I don't deserve it. Come on, where are my folk at? I don't deserve his favor, but I'm grateful he extended mercy. Come on here. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. You ought to just type, I'm grateful. You ought to type, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful. Prayer is not always easy. Come on, type that. Prayer is not always easy because there are eternal heavy things on the other side of your prayers, and the enemy knows it. There are some things, eternal things on the other side of your prayer, and the enemy knows it. If prayer is ever difficult for you, it doesn't mean you don't love Jesus. Let me help you. If prayer is ever difficult for you, doesn't mean you don't love Jesus. It means you got to keep pressing. Yeah, into it. You got to press into it. Come on, somebody type press in, press in, press in, press in. Type press in, Press, press in, type press in. If prayer is ever difficult for you, doesn't mean you don't love Jesus. It just means you have to keep pressing into it until you learn the power of it. Yeah, if prayer is a chore for you, then you are not doing it right. Come on. If prayer is a chore for you, you're not doing it right. How many of you know or have people you enjoy talking to? How many of y'all on this chat, this devotional, have people you enjoy talking to? That is what prayer is supposed to be, between you and God. All right. There is a place in prayer where sometimes you have to bind and loose. Yeah, there are some places in prayer you gotta bind and loose, but there is equally a place in prayer where it becomes a pleasure. All right, where it becomes a pleasure. It's not about how loud you pray, it's not about how long you pray. When you commit to a prayer life, it paves the way to blessings. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Matthew chapter 6, Jesus never said if you pray. He says, but when you pray. Yeah, he said, do not pray like the hypocrites, which means everybody is not right with God. Jesus is trying to get to the motive of why you pray. Some people say, I don't go to church. I don't pray. I don't go to church. I don't like organized religion. I don't go to church. Tell me why you don't go to church. They're not right up in that church. They are a bunch of hypocrites up in that church. Well, do you want to go to heaven with hypocrites or do you want to go to hell with them? I ain't going to church. Everybody ain't right up in there. They're a bunch of hypocrites. They're a bunch of fake and phonies. Well, there's some people. Some people are. Some people. There's some fake and phonies in Walmart, but you go up in there. Fake and phonies up in Target. You go up in there, right? You don't stay away because it's fake and phony people. No, listen. I'd rather go to hell. I'd rather go to heaven with the hypocrites than to hell with the hypocrites. Come on, come on. I'd rather go to church with them because not everybody is fake. You better get over your excuses. Come on, somebody type, get over your excuses. And can I say this? Get over your excuses and fall back in love with Jesus. Get over your excuses and fall back in love with Jesus. Get back to Jesus. He's the center of it all. He's the center of your joy. People, can I say this and I hope you receive it? People have been doing dumb things since in the church since Jesus got on a cloud and went back to heaven. They've been doing all kinds of things since Jesus. I heard somebody say something the other day. I thought it was amazing. They said, I got a reason, but I don't have no excuse. That blessed me. That blessed me. I got a reason why I don't go to church, but I ain't no excuse why I don't go to church. Come on here, somebody. People been, I don't go because of this. Listen, people been doing dumb things since Jesus got on the cloud and went back to glory. There is no excuse in the world for you not to be a part of the church. Yeah, Jesus died for the church, bled for the church, rose again for the church. And if you're going to heaven, it's not because you're on an island by yourself. You're going because you are fitly jointed and built together to be the temple and the body of Christ. Church can't be optional. Come on, y'all. Church can't be optional. No. You need a time for prayer and watch this, and a place for prayer. I can pray in my house. You sure can. But it's something about praying with a body of believers. They fake. Everybody ain't fake. There are some people that really do love God, right? So you need a time for prayer and a place for prayer. What time is it? Oh, I gotta go. Okay, I got about 2 minutes. You need a time for prayer and a place for prayer. There is a reward for a person with a prayer life. Let me say that again. There is a reward for a person with a prayer life. People who walk in great reward are people who made great decisions and denied great things so they can spend time with the Father. Let me say that one more time. People who walk in great reward are people who made great decisions and denied great things so they can spend time with the Father. Anytime you see God blessing someone publicly, I need you to know it did not start in public, but it started in private, an intimate, secret place. He that dwells in the secret place, that's prayer. He that dwells, he that's always praying, shall abide under the shadow, the favor of the Almighty. And I will say he is my God, my fortress, my refuge. Come on, somebody. Before David ever, can I say this? And I got to get out of here. Before David ever became king, Watch this. Before David ever became king, because he killed Goliath, he took care of a bear and a lion outside of the shepherd sheep field. And when you do those kinds of things in private and faithful when no one was looking, if you want to do everything while everybody's looking, come on. If you want to do everything while everybody is looking, you got to first enjoy doing what nobody wants to do when nobody is looking. That's good. If you want to, one more time, if you want to do everything while everybody is looking, you got to first enjoy doing what nobody wants to do when nobody is looking. Everybody wants to kill Goliath for the reward, because the reward was all your bills were going to be paid. You was going to have the king's wealth, and you were going to have the king's daughter's hand in marriage. Watch this. Everybody wants to kill Goliath, but nobody wants to kill the lion and the bear. But the reason God can trust you is because he trusts you to take care of the sheep when no one was looking. Wow, 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 wow. Can I say this, and I pray you write this down? You cannot change the past, but you can leverage its lessons. Ooh, that's rich. You cannot change the past, but you can leverage its lessons. Then once you learn the lesson, let it go. Let it go. Hey, I hope this blessed you. Jesus said something, and I'll stop there. Jesus is amazing. What an amazing God we have, an amazing God we serve. Thank you for joining me this morning. This Sunday morning is our let me say this. If you would like to sow a seed, would you sow a seed today? Would you sow a seed? Come on, come into agreement with me today. I'm coming into agreement that your prayers are getting ready to be answered. Yeah, I'm come into agreement that your prayers are getting ready to be answered. Yeah, let's come into agreement. Sow a seed today. I'm gonna challenge you to sow a $15 seed today. That's all. A $15 seed today. Listen, that's for somebody, that's just lunch. You got that in your sock somewhere. Yeah. I'm gonna challenge you to sow a $15 seed today. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna challenge you to sow a $15 seed today. You say, hey, I don't have 15. I'm gonna challenge you to sow a $10 seed today. Sow something today. Right there. Right there. Sow a seed. I'm challenging you to sow a seed today. I believe heaven is getting ready to answer you. I believe heaven is getting ready to answer you. Not because you sowed a seed. You're sowing a seed because I'm putting seed in the ground. But I believe heaven is going to answer you. Listen to me. Listen to me. This Sunday at Connect Church Raleigh. This Sunday at Connect Church Raleigh, it is our on this coming Sunday morning. That's right. This coming Sunday morning. You don't want to miss this coming Sunday morning. I hope you are going to be in the building. If you're going to listen, don't fool me. If you're going to be in the building, just type me. I know this may not be your Sunday to come, but I need you to come this Sunday. I need you to come get this impartation. You're going to be in the building. Just type me, M-E, M-E. That's all. I just want you to type me, me. Yeah, this is where you get to say, talk about you. Yeah, you're going to be in the building. I need you to type me this Sunday morning. Hey, thank you. I see y'all coming in here. Type me if you're going to be in the building. I thank you, Siobhan. Thank you. Y'all, thank you, Tamu. Y'all, thank you. Don't miss this Sunday morning. Type me. Listen, the only reason you ain't in the building is because you're too far away. Maybe you live in a whole nother state, but I need you to be in the building this Sunday morning for our guests. I see y'all. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you, Johanna. Be in the building this Sunday morning because we've got an amazing amazing this Sunday morning. Yeah, this Sunday morning. So don't miss it. Don't miss this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. in Connect Church Raleigh. You're going to be in the building. If you haven't already typed me, I want to challenge you to type me, M-E, that you're going to be in the building. I can't wait to see you on Sunday morning. God bless you. Have an amazing weekend, a safe weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing you when? Sunday morning. Where? At Connect Church Raleigh, right there. Yeah, we're in Durant Road Middle School, the auditorium. I'll see you this coming Sunday morning. Have an amazing weekend. See you Sunday. God bless you.